Hello, my Livy loves, and welcome back to Live Tarot. This is Dr. V. We are doing a new pick a card reading today where we're going to go in deep on what your love, your twin flame, your soulmate, your beloved, what have they realized about this connection? And what we're going to do is give you 3 options here of spirit guides. So your spirit guides today are going to reveal to you what is it that your person has realized about this connection that they feel for you. So within that, we'll be talking about a lot of different things, like, what are their thoughts and feelings, what's going on in their energy, what actions might they take next towards you and this connection. So let's get right into your choice of spirit guides today. So for group number 1, we have White Eagle, Ancestor Spirit. Connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. So as I always say, you can pick 1, 2, or 3, or you can take messages from all 3 groups and use what resonates for your situation and leave the rest. Do remember that this is a general reading, so not everything is going to be resonant for your specific situation. So if you'd like to close your eyes, take a deep breath, see which of these you feel most intuitively guided to for your reading today. And if you would like to have specific guidance on your unique and special journey, that's what a personal reading is for. So if you'd like to have one with me, the link to that is in the box below. So for our group number 2 here, your spirit guide is the Holy Spirit. Expect miracles. Remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. So group number 3, your spirit guides are the Miriam, Sacred Vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. So there you are. Go ahead and make your choice and let's get started. All right, my beautiful group number 1 who chose the White Eagle, your spirit guide today. Let's see what he has to say about what your twin flame, your soulmate has realized about you, their feelings, and this connection. So Spirit, please tell us, what has your love come to realize through this journey that they've been on with you? What have they come to realize? I'm going to get a few more messages here. Interesting. So what I'm feeling here right away is that there has definitely been some form of struggle and separation that has gone on. There may have even been an ending that has happened with this connection. And so what I'm feeling, what your person has definitely come to realize is that they have retreated from this connection. They've gone into some form of solitude here. So I do feel for some of you, this may be, not for all of you, but for some of you, I'm feeling a ghosting energy that maybe your person abruptly stepped back from this connection. They may have left you wondering what is going on and not quite sure what to make of this. So I do sense that there's a lot of confusion here on both sides. But they are definitely going through a process of realization at this time, in the sense that this retreat, this solitude that they are putting themselves in, whether it's through ghosting or whether you actually had some sort of a final conversation or some sort of a discussion or even an argument for some of you that made this come to an end, I'm feeling that this was necessary for your person, as in whatever retreat or silence that they have gone into at this time is really making them go very deep within themselves. See, retreat, introspection, silence, go deep within yourself. They needed the space to do this. And not that they needed the space from you, but I feel like there were certain choices that they were making that were not working well for them. Because I am getting a very strong energy of choices being made that were not benefiting your person or this connection. So there's an issue here about the choices that they were making. I'm feeling that you were also not in alignment with the choices that your person was making. I'm also getting from many of you that there was some form of very self-destructive energy that has come to light with your person in the past few months. I don't feel that this is how they started off with you in this connection, but I feel like something has happened that has put them into some phase of self-defeating behavior. Nine of Swords here. There's definitely been behavior that has not been good for your person. And I feel for many of you, you have watched them go through this. You've watched them start to behave in ways that are not good for them in so many ways. You know, behavior that has been very toxic and detrimental to your person emotionally. I'm feeling for some of you, even physically. I'm feeling that for some of you, your person may have started to drink more. They may have started to kind of, or do things like, you know, again, with substances. Again, this is not for all of you, but for some of you, it's like they have been looking for some form of release of tension, because with this Nine of Swords, we're also getting a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, and a lot of tension that needed to be released. But I feel like your person was not releasing it in the right way. Whatever they were going through was coming out more in destructive behavior, more in self-defeating behavior. Could have been that they just started drinking more. Maybe they misbehaved as they were drinking, like they would become drunk in some way and then they would act out in some way, or they were doing behavior. They were kind of like engaging in behavior that was becoming toxic, because I'm feeling that for many of them, they didn't know how to take this tension and stress that they were feeling or they were going through with like pressure coming in from various places in their life. They didn't know how to just expel that. They didn't know how to relieve that pressure in more constructive and healing ways. So I feel that you tried hard to help them. You knew that they needed some form of healing, and you may have even said, okay, you know, these are things that we can do together. These are things that are going to help you to relieve this pressure. Let's do some awesome things together. But I feel like even though they wanted to do that with you, they made a lot of choices with this Two of Wands. It's like they made a lot of choices to relieve this pressure in ways that were counterproductive, like in ways that really made it worse for them instead of making it better for them. And they didn't listen to you. So this has been a really bad issue between the two of you. And they have realized now that it's like something came to an end here with the World card. And in this loss, in this solitude, they realized that they actually did let things from the outside world really get in the way. They let themselves go down a darker path than they should have. It's almost like it was unnecessary. They didn't need to do this, but they couldn't help themselves. There's some sort of a darker side to them that I think you started to see for the first time. And I feel that it really did very much concern you. I feel that there was some form of a darker energy here that you were starting to see in your person that you didn't anticipate. And this has been a very eye-opening experience. And so as your person has gone into the solitude and introspection, they've realized that how much they actually appreciate you, because they realize that you tried very hard to help them make better choices, to help them make better decisions, and yet they still decided to go down the darker path. And so, but the good thing about this that I think is really positive is coming from this appreciation card, right? Like as they have cut themselves off from the positivity, love, nurturing, and light of your relationship, of your love and the connection that they had with you, they've realized now how much they actually appreciate you. Your absence is increasing their level of appreciation, and it's also bringing light to the fact that they made the wrong choices. They made the wrong decisions here. So then, Spirit, can you please tell us, what kinds of things in this solitude is your person starting to let go of, right? Are there things that they need to surrender that they're starting to let go of? What are their shadows? What are those darker things that they need to work on and let go of if they want to come back into this connection again? Yeah, see? So I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised at all. Look at this, surrender to setting limits. So this is what I'm feeling with this Nine of Swords energy. And as I was saying, for many of you, there was some sort of behavior here that became toxic. Either there was drinking involved. For some of you, it could even be some sort of substance abuse, or just a lot of out of control kind of behavior where your person was not setting limits, where they were not disciplining themselves in the right way. They weren't activating or engaging in the self-control that they needed to get out of this Nine of Swords energy and to come back into balance. So I feel like there was something here where they kind of went out of control. And again, I'm feeling that you hadn't seen this side of them before. But whatever was going on in their world here, whatever was coming through here with that Nine of Swords energy, put them in this darker place of kind of losing control, of going out of control, no longer setting limits, no longer knowing what are the healthy boundaries. And for many of them, there were also some sort of unhealthy boundaries that were being set in the relationships in their lives. So for some of you, this could be a third party situation, and third party doesn't always mean romantic third party. It could be any other third party or external situation that is also putting a lot of pressure on your person and is causing an unhealthy situation and is putting them also very much in the energy of like thinking negatively again and again and again. So there's some sort of negativity, and that also makes sense because this to me is very much in alignment with the Nine of Swords. This is the same energy here of you being, obsessively thinking dark thoughts, obsessively going down dark possibilities, not being able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, but only seeing things in terms of its more negative consequences, right? And so that's something that I feel, again, whatever this break is between the two of you, whatever this pause is in this connection, the solitude that they're experiencing is actually helping them to start making their peace with these things. I think they needed this in order to see the truth. And that's where it's like they are now taking that energy and that space to come into this more positive appreciation. So then what is the connective energy now between the two of you? You know, what are they realizing about your actual connection here that they need to really step into in order to win your love again, right? Because for many of you, you have definitely stepped back and given them this space because they weren't doing anything here that was useful for your connection, right? They weren't really living up to, you know, what you saw in them before. See? Beautiful, beautiful. So that there's this connective energy coming through here. Isn't this lovely? Where it's like you guys know that your feelings have not changed. Your feelings have definitely not changed. The feelings are still there. See, they are real and worth exploring. And look at this, reconciliation. Beautiful. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So I do feel for many of you, there has been a pause, there has been a struggle, there may have even been an ending, but your person is seeking the reconciliation. They are seeking to fix whatever this is. They're seeking truth, balance, trying to figure out what made them, what kind of sent them into this downward spiral of not being able to set limits. They're learning this about themselves, and they really need to learn this lesson. It's important because I do feel the energy of them not wanting to go down this path anymore. It's like they know now that if they have a chance at reconciling with you, that means that they can no longer engage in this kind of behavior ever again. They need to fix what was it that made them go down that path. So then, Spirit, what are their next steps? What are they hoping to do next? What are their next steps here towards you? Oh, beautiful. See? I love it. I'm going to get one more message here. See, this is the thing. I really do believe, thank you, Spirit. Isn't this so beautiful? This is to me the answer that you guys were looking for, that they are especially looking for in terms of cleaning up this energy. See, simplifying your life. I cherish the simple pleasures of life. I feel that your person, something that was going on with them here, really made them start muddling up your relationship. Like they weren't simplifying. They were making things overly complicated. They were getting overwhelmed. They were letting, you know, all kinds of darker energies come into play. And when we do that, we actually are not simplifying our life. We're overcomplicating our life. When we let our positivity and all of the good things, you know, the good and steady flow of good energy, when we let that go away, we're actually complicating things. Because when we're in that beautiful sacred journey of flow, of ease, of positivity, that's actually the simplest, easiest path to love and all of the goals that you want to achieve. So your person, this is beautiful. Look at this. They are on the sacred journey. They want a fresh start. This is so beautiful with this reconciliation energy as well. They want this fresh start with you. And they want to get back on track to all the big, beautiful goals that you had together, to the life that you wanted to build together. You guys had big dreams here. You know, you were on a particular path and you guys went off track from it. So your person, what they have realized is that they need to get back on this track with you. They need to get back on the sacred journey that you guys were on together, because it truly is sacred, truly is beautiful, and you deserve this fresh start. Oh, I love it, guys. This is great. Let me know in the comment box below what you thought of your reading. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me, the link to that is in the box below, as well as the link to all of these oracle decks that I've created, especially for all of you who are on this journey to love, success, and abundance. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, like, and share. It means so much to me that you're here. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you all on the next video. All right, my beautiful group 2 who chose the Holy Spirit. Here is your reading. Let's take a look at what your person, your twin flame, your soulmate, what have they realized about this connection? What does the Holy Spirit want us to know? What has your love realized about this connection? Dear Holy Spirit, what has your love realized about this connection? Interesting. So what I am seeing here is definitely a movement from not being aware, right? Not being self-aware, trying to put like a veil upon your awareness, because I'm feeling that your person wasn't ready for the depth of this connection. I feel like when the two of you met and when you fell in love, I'm feeling that it was very unexpected. This was something that I'm almost feeling like neither of you were ready for, but more so your person. It's like they weren't expecting something like this. I feel like they were kind of used to relationships in the past going a certain way. I feel like they were also very set in their ways on those patterns. Like, you know how when you kind of have a type, you know, you've had experience, you've had relationships in the past, but you are kind of like, you're kind of stuck in a familiar pattern. And even though you know that those familiar patterns haven't necessarily worked out for you in the past, you haven't actively tried to get out of those patterns. So I'm feeling that your person, they're very much kind of stuck in their headspace energy of being used to the familiar. This is not somebody who is great at coming out of their comfort zone. They're not great at really opening themselves up to very deep and emotional connection, even though they are aware that in opening up their heart is the only way to actually have the love that they want. So it's very much, this is somebody who always is in some sort of struggle between their head and their heart. But in the past, their head has always kind of won out over that. Like I said, even though they kind of replay their patterns in relationships again and again, and even though their past relationships have never quite made them truly happy, they have been too fearful or hesitant or a bit too held back to still say, you know what, it's time for me to do things differently. So I feel like the realization that they are coming through, and it has been definitely a slower process. They've been slowly, kind of like a snail's pace here, I feel. And I feel from you, beautiful one who's watching this, I feel like you sometimes have felt that this relationship has been very slow in its development, right? You've kind of been thinking, well, I feel like there's a divine timing here, and that divine timing is certainly not fast timing, you know? You've definitely had to be patient. You've had to add perseverance. You've had to kind of stay peaceful, knowing that there's something that is being worked out here. And it's definitely been a slow process for your person. They are definitely aware of that. But I do feel that with this 8 of Swords energy, it's like along with this King of Swords, it's like they're just so used to holding themselves back. They're used to being familiar and kind of acting out the same thoughts, the same feelings, and the same patterns again and again. But I feel like they're coming to a realization that they need to stop that pattern. And it's been a long time coming. You know, this realization for your person has definitely been a long time coming because of this Hangman's energy. Now, the good thing about the Hangman's card, even though it's all about feeling like you are stuck between two worlds, you're often stuck between two decisions, it's also sometimes the card of not being able to make a clear choice. But what I do also believe in the Hangman's energy is that it's also a card of seeking enlightenment. It's also a card of seeking to come out of being stuck and enlightening yourself. It's a card of trying to open up your mind so that you can move forward. Because to me, it's also the energy of acknowledging that your mind is stuck. You know, not being in the dark or in denial about the fact that your mind may be stuck, and seeking a place where you can finally come to the truth so that you can move on. So that you're not always stuck hanging in this Hangman's energy. So what I'm feeling is that if there has been some sort of a struggle or separation or a pausing of this connection because your person seemed to always be holding themselves back, like they never fully opened up to you. They never fully opened up their heart. They didn't tell you how they truly feel. For some of you, I'm also feeling that there's a friend energy coming through here, you know, where it's like they kept you as a friend. They didn't want to let you in at a deeper level. Even though I'm feeling like for many of you, you guys hang out all the time. Like I feel like for many of you, you guys are used to always being in touch. Sometimes you're even in touch, like, you know, like for hours during the day, like there may be messages going back and forth. You may even be physically hanging out all the time, but for some reason they kept you in some sort of a friend zone or some sort of like a, you know, I'm very close to you, but we're not together. Like, you know, like they would almost like keep trying to say, no, we're not actually together. You know, I just think you're awesome. I think you're great. Yeah, I love hanging out with you, but we're not technically together. For some of you, I'm getting that feeling. So if there's been some sort of a pause here, they are still watching you. They are still watching and observing you on social media. So just know that they are still very curious and very fascinated by you at this time, you know, and they are realizing that they need to come up to speed here, you know, that they've been kind of lagging and limiting themselves, holding back their heart, holding back things in their mind for a very long time. And it's time to move forward now. So Spirit, can you tell us what shadows here, what shadows, blocks does your person really need to see? Thank you. Thank you, Holy Spirit. This is exactly right. Look at this. Of course, like it's like non-action, I feel, has been this person's MO, like as in it's been their strategy for some reason, you know, observation, stuck in your head, holding yourself back, you know, being a hanged man. This is all energy of non-action. They don't want to take action towards this connection. They're realizing that they've kept themselves in a total pause, non-acting energy, and that's not right. You know, that's not going to help this connection move forward. So here's some other things that your person really needs to deal with at this time so they can seek this enlightenment and come out of this hangman's energy. Surrender your need to always be right and surrender your belief in scarcity. Okay, so again, this 8 of Swords right here is very much the energy of scarcity. It's about not believing truly deep down in your heart that you can have it all. And I feel like that's one of the great obstructions to this connection that is coming through at this time. It's like, why does not your person feel that if they could open themselves up to this connection fully, if they can really open up their heart and share their true feelings for you? And for those of you who've been relegated to that friend zone right now, it's like if they could just open themselves up and say, no, you are so much more to me than a friend, than a close friend, you know, then everything would open up for them. But for some reason, I don't know why, they keep themselves in scarcity. They limit themselves. And part of it is because they also have this need to be right. And that is also in alignment with the King of Swords energy, right? Because you're constantly stuck in your head thinking, no, you know, I'm doing things the right way. This is right for me. You know, I don't think I can go further than this. I have to be in control here. I have to kind of, you know, hold back because, you know, I'm just not I'm not comfortable with going further. I'm not comfortable with sharing my deepest desires. I'm not comfortable with opening myself up and being truly vulnerable. So one of the bigger energies that I'm getting here, guys, from this particular reading, this particular person, your twin flame soulmate, is also that they don't want to be vulnerable. Okay, they're trying to keep themselves from opening themselves up from that vulnerability, emotional vulnerability. They want to appear strong at all times. And see, and I feel like here it is. This is the reason why. This is the reason why. There's something from their childhood that was toxic. There was some sort of codependency here that they have seen throughout their childhood experience. And that is what made them really kind of go into this King of Swords energy. Like, you know what? It's not worth it to open up my heart. It's not worth it to be emotional, because if I were to do that, it results in codependent behavior. It results in drama. You know, too much emotion is not good for you. It's better to just be a bit practical, logical, a bit cold. I'm also getting a bit of an energy of coldness from this person. This person, I'm not saying that they don't have emotions, they do, but they may come off a bit guarded and a bit cold because of what they went through in their childhood. I feel like they were let down somehow emotionally, so they decided to become more guarded. For some of you, I also feel that your person is divorced. For some of you, there is definitely something here. They are guarded also because they've had bad experiences. They may have an ex-spouse who is toxic. They may have an ex-girlfriend or boyfriend or some sort of commitment that they had that was codependent. This person was very emotionally unstable. For some of you, they are divorced with children, or they are out of a serious relationship and they also have kids. So this is another reason why they keep their heart guarded. They're not fully open because they have other things that they are responsible for, and so they don't feel like they can give you their full attention. That's for some of you, not for all of you, but they feel a deep sense of responsibility, and they're also a bit tired of the bullshit that they had gone through in the past. For many of you, your person has definitely been through a lot of emotional turmoil, a lot of emotional crap, and they definitely are tired of that energy. And that is why they also come across as a bit on the colder, more guarded, more observant side. It's almost like they're always looking, waiting, and watching for the other shoe to drop. That's part of their observational stance. That's part of their guarded energy, is that they're always kind of like suspicious, not of you, but of situations. They have to really observe, watch, wait, measure. Everything is measured. Everything is like, okay, I don't know. Should I do this? Should I do this? I'm not sure. Let me take my time. Let me, not take a lot of big actions, because what if I regret it? Okay, so this is what has been keeping your person stuck. But they are realizing that they're aware, that they're aware that where does this come from? Okay, they're not unconscious about it. They definitely realize that this is what they do, but it's almost like they need they need to feel completely at ease and comfortable to let their guard down. And that's where it's like it's definitely a lot of effort on your part, I feel, to, you know, help them to bring that guard down. So it's up to you whether you want to put in that effort. Like, are they worth it to you to put in the effort of working with them so that they can bring that guard down, so that they can bring those walls down, because they really have been, you know, really burned from the past here. They don't want to go through this again. So then, Holy Spirit, can you please tell us, what is it that they truly want now from this connection? What actions do they want to take next for you and this connection? Yeah. So see, this is the thing. They are used to being the runner here. So even if they have run from you and your connection at this time, I wouldn't be surprised. They're used to being the runner. This is something that they have always done. But here's the thing. The realization that they're having now is that, yes, I have been a runner for a long time in all of these connections. They may have run from their marriage in terms of their divorce, right? They may have run from their ex-spouse, ex-girlfriend, or ex-boyfriend because of these codependency issues. And they may find solace in running. They may find solace in not opening up that heart, right? But what's beautiful here is that they are trying to rise above that. They feel that you are worth it, because there's something here where I feel like you've been very patient, and they are now appreciating that. They're seeing that you tried very hard, and you're still trying and still desiring to work with them on this. And there is a definite value that comes from that. There's a definite respect that is coming from that. I feel like they respect your character. They respect your morality and your ethics, that you were willing to work with them even though they had these issues. And so that's why, to me, this is the sun's energy. When I created this deck, I used the summer card as an equivalent to the sun card in tarot. And it's also a time marker. So you can use it both ways, right? I feel that they see you in such a positive way, with so much respect for how you have handled yourself in this situation. So they want to rise above their own problems. They want to rise above whatever dramas and obstacles they had faced in the past that kept them running all the time. They want to stop running, and they want to come to you. They want to work on this, because there's a lot of beautiful, positive love and energy that is coming through here. So this is really lovely. So, you know, expect them to want to work this out, you know. Expect them to try to come out of that hanged man's energy and seek that enlightenment with you. All right. Oh, that is so lovely. So let me know in the comment box below what you thought of this reading. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me, the link to that is in the box below, as well as the link to all of these oracle decks that I've created, especially for all of you who are on this journey to love, success, and abundance. So if you haven't already, please do make sure that you subscribe, like, and share. It means so much to me that you're here. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all on the next video. All right. Group 3, my loves who chose the Miriam, here is your reading. So our spirit guides, the Miriam, can you please tell us, what has your twin flame soulmate, your love, what have they realized about this connection? What have they realized about you and this connection? What have they realized? All right, so the first thing I'm feeling here is that your person has definitely been going through some karmic cycles lately. I also feel that unfortunately some of these cycles have gone on significantly since you got together. So I feel like there's definitely been a bit of a timing issue between the two of you. I'm wondering if both of you, or one or both of you, have ever felt that you wish that you had met or come together at a better time. Because you know how sometimes they always say, like, Cupid's arrow, as one of my friends always says, you never know when Cupid's arrow is going to strike. So I feel that that's what happened to you guys. I feel that for many of you, you weren't even expecting this love. You weren't even expecting this connection. And it just literally came out of nowhere. Like, you met and you did not even expect to fall in love. But there were a lot of really deep emotions that started to come out as you met, as you started to communicate with one another. I feel that a lot of emotions came out on both sides here, but I do feel that there was some sort of a timing issue in that it wasn't the best time for this to happen. I feel that one or both of you was going through some sort of a lot of karma coming out. You'd been through, you or they or both of you, if you were mirroring each other, were going through a particular phase where a lot of shit was hitting the fan, as in a lot of things were happening. A lot of things were coming into play all at once, and you were almost like, gosh, what is this? It's like a snowball. It's just been one thing after another, one challenge or one obstacle or one drama, one after another. And you were feeling very much of like, okay, I know I need to rise above this, because see, drama, obstacles, pettiness, it was causing a lot of pettiness also going on, not with you and them, not together, but as in life, you know, with other people, other situations. This could have been work, this could have been personal. I'm feeling that it was a combination of everything. I feel that a lot of things were hitting you guys at the same time, coming from career, money, home life, work life, as well as family obligations. And so you guys were really feeling like you couldn't keep your head above the water. There was a definite energy of overwhelm, and an energy of feeling like it's not fair, okay, with this Justice card. A lot of karmic stuff coming out to the surface that needed to be dealt with. And a lot of feelings of injustice. I'm also feeling that one of the things that your person was having a hard time dealing with, and they're coming to the realization now, is that they also were holding on to a lot of blame. I feel that there were things that they were blaming other people for. Not necessarily blaming you, but I almost feel like sometimes it would kind of overflow into blaming you as well, as kind of like a knee-jerk response. You know, like the culprits or the people who really screwed them over were other people, but there was some sort of bitterness or some sort of blame that your person was holding on to, that sometimes they would take out on you, and they would blame you as well, even though it wasn't your fault. And so there was a lot of this energy that they're realizing now, of them feeling like they were misunderstood by people in their life, and also treated poorly by people in their life. And so there was a lot of this payback energy also coming through. Again, that's why I feel like you may have met at a time that wasn't the best time, because your person really needed to heal from some of this energy, because I feel like there was a lot of payback going on, of them desiring, not revenge, but you know, like that idea, like, oh, I wish I could pay back, you know, I wish I could have my revenge, not like as in like, you know, evil, violent revenge, but just like, yeah, all these people who screwed me over, all these people who, did me wrong, they deserve their payback. They deserve their karma. Why aren't they getting it? I feel like there was a lot of this energy that needed to be healed because, that when we go down that route, which we all do, that's part of human experience, especially when we feel like we've done, we've tried to be as good of a person as we can. We try to do the right thing, but other people are not. Other people have their own interests. They have their own, they can be manipulative. They can have their own selfish needs, right? So I feel like there was a lot of this feeling of confusion also as to like, resistance, needing to heal from that confusion and resistance of like, okay, why do I always pay the price? 7 of Cups. Why do I always have to pay the price? Why can't I get some justice here for me? And why can't I feel better knowing that I'm not going to be screwed over anymore? I'm not the one who's going to pay the price anymore. And then trying to figure out which road to take. So I feel like they're coming to the realization that there were a lot of choices that they could have made that would have made this better, that would have made this journey better between the two of you, because I feel like it did put a lot of unnecessary pressure on this connection. Their inability to rise above some of this drama, because they were trying, but they weren't quite succeeding. They didn't really know what steps to take here to do that. There were a lot of options. There were a lot of things that they could have done, your person, but I feel like they didn't necessarily pick the right ones. They tried to do certain things, but I feel like it didn't really work out. It didn't make them feel better. It didn't make you feel better. It didn't make the two of you feel closer to one another. And some of the choices that they made here in their confusion also actually kind of pulled you guys apart or kind of poisoned the well. It's a kind of like there was already some sense of discomfort or dissatisfaction or disappointment that was going on in this connection, and it kind of made matters worse. Like they weren't able to clarify. They weren't able to cleanse, instead of like kind of cleansing the waters, healing the waters of your connection and your relationship, they kind of poisoned it a bit more in their indecisiveness. They weren't quite sure. There was a lot of indecision here. There's an energy of them not quite knowing how to heal themselves as well as heal this connection. And so one of the great realizations that your person is now going through is that they want a fresh start, Ace of Pentacles. So this is good. They want a new beginning. They want to heal and clarify this connection. They want to come out of the confusion and make things clear again. And they know that the only way to do that is to start building up something new here. So our Miriam spirit guides, can you tell us what exactly does your person need to fix? Like what are their blocks, triggers, or shadows that they need to fix in order to have this Ace of Pentacles energy, in order to have this new beginning with you? What is it that they need to fix? So interesting. We also got this same card for our group 2. So there's definitely some sort of energetic issue that may be going on a lot here in the collective at this time. And I'm not surprised because of what's going on in the world, right? All the challenges that we've been facing globally for the past year can definitely put a lot of people in the energy of scarcity, feeling like you have to literally fight for everything that you have, the abundance that a lot of people were experiencing before has really been put to the test. There's been a lot of limitation. There's been a lot of lack. There's been so much energy of loss, loss of job, loss of career, loss of finances, independence, loss of even freedom of movement, being able to live the way you want, being able to leave the house and do the things that you want to do. So there's definitely a spillover energy, right, coming from there. And I feel like that's why your person, also wasn't able to really manage the confusion that came from all of those pressures as well. And that is why they're looking for this Ace of Pentacles, this new beginning, something that is going to take them out of this resistance, this belief in lack, and back into abundance. And I feel like whatever this resistance that they were feeling here, especially with all of this, the drama, the karmic issues, the karmic cycles that they were going through, I feel that your person really did lose their inner peace. And I feel like both of you as a couple, as two souls on this sacred journey together, this connection also lost that peace. There may have been a lot of drama. There may have been a lot of negative emotion that came out here that really does need to be healed at this time. So they really do need to come back into some form of peace, because when we're going through these kind of karmic cycles, and when we're actually asking the question, why are things not fair? Why am I being the one who is screwed over here? Why do I not get my justice? When we are looking for like that, we were talking about that energy of revenge, or like just seeking justice, it can really throw us off, because that's not the energy of peace, right? That's not the energy of flow. It's the energy of resistance. And so I feel like part of what happened there, when your person was struggling with all of this, I feel like you also lost that closeness, right? You lost that intimacy, because the more resistance there is, the more we believe in scarcity and lack, and the more we're dealing with drama and karmic cycles and all kinds of situations coming up, feelings coming up that we don't know how to handle. We are then afraid of the intimacy. We're afraid of getting closer. Instead of bringing us together, it can actually, this definitely with the Seven of Cups energy, it does kind of give you a lot of different choices, but not all of those choices are going to be right for you. And oftentimes when we can't simplify, when we are convoluted in our energy, when we have all kinds of split energy going out there, it definitely keeps us from coming together. It blocks our closeness. It blocks our intimacy. It blocks the feeling that we are one. The unity that we want to feel with our twin flame or soulmate is definitely blocked. So let's take a look here at, what is the energy of this connection together then? As your person is definitely, coming to a realization that these are the blocks, right? They want to get through these blocks so they can have that Ace of Pentacles with you, right? So then what's the energy here of you guys to get, oh my gosh, look at that. See? The connective energy here between, oh my gosh, this is so lovely. I'm so happy. See? Oh, yes. Yes, look at this. See? Ace of Pentacles energy. Of course, this is the connection between the two of you. Of course, this is what the two of you want. You want to let go of these blocks. I surrender joyously to the ebbing and flowing of life, right? You guys really both want to let go, rise above, let go of the karmic cycle, let go of all this karma that's been coming through that has really thrown you guys off track, and start healing, knowing that you have this deep and beautiful passion between the two of you. You want this intimacy, you want this commitment. You want this wedding, this marriage, and you're ready to let go of everything that is standing in the way. This is so beautiful. I'm loving this. This is your energy together. And look at this beautiful transition. We want to get out of this fear of intimacy so that you guys can. They're realizing, your person is realizing that they need to get out of this fear of intimacy so that they can have this beautiful union with you. So let's look at their next steps then. What are the next steps that are coming through here, Spirit? What are the next steps? See, this is lovely. So see, they've realized that it is time for them to come out of denial. They've been repressing their true emotions here, right? They've been repressing, especially with the Seven of Cups energy. It's easy to do that because you're splitting your energy into so many different places. You're not focusing, you're not concentrating on what is important, right? It's a form of denial. It's a form of repressing those emotions. So this is lovely. They need and want to get out of this because what they want is to receive. They want to open up their mind, their heart. They want to be abundant. And what a beautiful energy for the two of you to come into this, because the Ace of Pentacles with this receive energy is the optimal place that you want to be. This is where you both want to come to in order to have this union. It is so lovely here. It is so lovely. And so for some of you with this karmic partner, I'm feeling two energies coming through here. One is that for some of you, there is some form of third-party situation. With this Justice card, I'm feeling that some of you are in some situation where your person is trying to get out of a relationship or is getting out of a relationship. Either they're going through a divorce or a separation where they are not happy. They want to move on with their life. They're trying to get out of it. They're seeking justice. They may even be, seeking a formal legal conclusion to this. So I'm feeling that for many of you, this all applies to the same situation, but it's coming into a mode of finally getting justice and leaving this situation so that they can receive this new situation, so they can create this new beginning with you. So both of you can receive this new life and this new commitment. Right? So that is really beautiful energy for those of you who are in a third-party situation here. That is a beautiful energy. And I'm also feeling for those of you who aren't in a third-party situation, what this represents here to me is that your person, they have been with karmic partners in the past. Okay, they have been in other relationships. They have experience. They have come to the realization that this is not a karmic partner, that you are not part of this karmic cycle that they've been going through. You are not part of this. You are their future. It's the karmic stuff that is their past. And it's interesting how we're getting it twice here. So I feel like this is also really important. Spirit is emphasizing here that there's been a lot of karmic energy that has run through your person's life and their relationships, and they're kind of done with that. They don't want to deal with these cycles anymore. They want what is real and what is beautiful, this eternal soul connection that they have with you, and the abundance and beauty and the passion that comes from that connection. Isn't it so lovely? So this is the new start that they want. Beautiful. Love that reading. So let me know what you thought in the comment box below. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me, the link to that is in the box below as well as the link to all of these oracle decks that I've created, especially for all of you who are on this journey to love and abundance. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, like, and share. It means so much to me. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you all on the next video.